Straight ahead on CCX News, a major library makeover. We'll take you behind the scenes of the Ridgedale renovation. Plus, are your license tabs about to expire? Why you might want to renew this week. And later, inside the business of Barnwood.
I had the dream to start it, but I had no idea it was going to do this.
How it's experiencing a revival in Brooklyn Park. CCX News starts right now. Hello and thanks for joining us. Major changes are coming to the Ridgedale Library.
First, the facility will be closed for 1 year because of a renovation project. And we get more on all this from Eric Nelson.
It is this time. If you look around, you'll see the furnishings are really worn. They definitely need to be replaced. The paint is scratched and what have you. The colors are maybe a little out of date.
The Ridgedale Library is going out of circulation for the next few months.
Heavily used, heavily loved, definitely worn.
The building is getting a major makeover, which library officials say is long overdue.
It does need a facelift. Probably one of the biggest changes that patrons would see is that we have 3 service desks currently. We'll consolidate down to 1. Hopefully that the new layout is much more intuitive.
Ridgedale opened in 1981, and the facility has not had any upgrades since 1999. When the new look building reopens, it will be cutting edge. There will be better furniture, new windows, LED lighting, kids and teen areas, and plenty of open space.
What we find that we need today, especially at this library, is access to Wi-Fi and access to power. People like to come in with their own devices and plug them in and, just use the Wi-Fi.
A new roof, as well as a heating and cooling system, will also be installed, and the parking lot will be improved. Total cost of the project is $21.4 million. Ridgedale Library is one of the busiest in Hennepin County, and officials hope nearby facilities will be able to absorb extra crowds during the renovation.
There are a few local libraries that are a little nervous about, getting a lot of Ridgedale customers, so the Hopkins Library, maybe St. Louis Park, Golden Valley, Plymouth, a lot of those in the real immediate area. We'll see an impact for sure.
The Ridgedale Library is one of 41 in the Hennepin County system. In 2016, almost 300,000 people used this facility. In Minnetonka, I'm Eric Nelson, CCX News.
While the library is being renovated, patrons will still be able to return books and use the adjoining Ridgedale Service Center.
A lawnmower mechanical problem ended up causing a fire that destroyed a Brooklyn Park family's home. The fire happened late Friday afternoon at the home in the 6400 block of Edgewood Avenue. A person living there had just finished mowing the lawn when the mower caught fire and the flames reached the exterior of the house. The fire quickly spread due to windy conditions and a propane tank sitting on a deck above. Nobody was hurt, but the home is no longer livable. 3 other neighboring fire departments assisted Brooklyn Park in putting out that fire. Minnesotans hoping to renew their license tabs or transfer titles next week could be in for a rude awakening.
The state's Driver and Vehicle Services Division will be making computer upgrades next week, which means that a variety of services won't be available to the general public. Delane Cleveland is here now to explain all this. Delane?
Mike and Alex, the state is replacing the 30-year-old system used for motor vehicle and driver's license transactions. Now they're trying to get the word out so that Minnesotans don't show up to a local service center next week only to end up disappointed.
It's been a long time coming. It's been a project that DVS has been working on for a number of years, and it's finally going to be made active, and that should benefit everybody.
The Maple Grove Service Center is the second busiest location in Hennepin County, servicing between 400 to 500 people a day. But service will be limited there late next week as the state upgrades its computer system. Officials say the new system will update license plate and title transactions in real time, eliminating the current delay in the process. But as with any change, the employees will need time to adjust to the new system.
I would ask for patience. It's as with any transition, we're going to go through some troubled times. It's going to create some delays. It's going to create some frustration. We are doing everything we can to prepare for that, and hopefully the outcome will be a much better system and a much better process for everybody.
Also worth noting is that online vehicle tab renewal and other DVS online services won't be available between July 17th through 24th. So if you need to renew your license tabs, do that before July 17th. Mike and Alex?
All right, thank you. It's decision time for local school districts needing to raise money to pay for future classroom expenses.
The Anoka-Hennepin School Board meets Monday night to vote on ballot language for 2 levy questions that will appear before voters this November. The levy questions would raise revenue to address class sizes and also school facility needs. The first question would allow voters to decide whether to raise revenue by $226 per student. The referendum revenue would increase each year by the rate of inflation for up to 10 years. A second question would allow the district to issue a $249 million bond levy to upgrade and build new school facilities. If both questions are approved, the average homeowner would pay an extra $11 a month in property taxes.
And 2 other local school districts are also considering facility needs. The Robbinsdale School Board weighs in on a plan for its facility needs over the next 10 years. And the Wayzata School Board will vote on whether to go ahead with 3 funding requests to be placed on the November ballot. Those include asking voters to renew and increase an existing operating levy to maintain class sizes, approve a bond levy to build a new elementary school, and renew the district's technology levy.
Construction season continues in Brooklyn Center with a new project. The Evergreen Park area reconstruction project starts today. It begins at Camden Avenue and spans west until Emerson Avenue. Affected residential roads are closed to through traffic but open to residents. Gutters, curbs, and sewers are being replaced. Construction surrounding the park is planned to wrap up in August and September, but it will carry on for 2 blocks east of Humboldt Avenue until October. Still ahead, a thriving Brooklyn Park business focused on reclaimed Barnwood.
Plus, highlights from local teams at the huge Gopher Classic American Legion baseball tournament.
But first, an unsettled AccuWeather forecast with the possibility for strong thunderstorms Tuesday night. We'll be right back.
Less than 2 years after opening, a Brooklyn Park business is expanding its offerings to meet a growing demand.
In this week's Business Matters, a look at what's now behind the door of Rustic Revival Barnwood. Step inside Rustic Revival Barnwood and you'll find this Brooklyn Park business undergoing its own revival.
People come into the store, it's something different. There's not a lot of Barnwood at the stores around.
More on the store changes shortly, but first, a little backstory.
It's always like an adult treasure hunt when you're looking at barns because you don't know what you're going to find.
When Rhonda Engel opened this shop in early 2016, it was basically a lumber store for do-it-yourselfers eager to start a project with reclaimed barnwood, beams, and metal. That has not changed, but the popularity of rustic decor continues to grow, and not everyone is a DIYer.
Now the people that want to come in and point the finger and say, get it done, they're starting to come in and shop and pick out the projects they want us to do.
And here's where we get to the business revival.
I'm thinking this would probably be the darkest we would go, this would be the lightest we'd go in brown, and this would be the lightest we'd go in the gray.
Rhonda has now partnered with interior designer Gina Letzring, and Rustic Revival Barnwood now includes a design center for custom orders and installs. It also includes a home decor store with finished Barnwood products and other home furnishings from local vendors.
And whether they're going to spend $5 with me picking out a picture frame to a whole house build, being with somebody on the journey from beginning to start is just what makes me get up in the morning and make me so proud to have the job that I have.
Jen and Dave Kretsch of Maple Grove are currently working with Gina on designing a Barnwood revamp of their basement.
We're about 80% done with our basement. When the neighbors and friends come over, it's an instant wow. They're like, wow, how did you design that?
Customers like that keep helping this business grow and create.
I had the dream to start it, but I had no idea it was going to do this. It was the customers that have gotten us this far.
The grand reopening of Rustic Revival Barnwood drew several thousand people over the weekend, as well as some local vendors. And one local artist who sells pottery caught our eye. Sonia Boyer was born without arms, but she's able to create and shape pottery entirely with her feet and toes. The 2016 Richfield High School graduate is self-taught. She watched how others did it with their hands and figured out how to make pottery with her feet.
My feet are my hands, basically, so I have to learn how to do everything that other people do, but with my feet.
Sonia continues to study and pursue a career in art. Still ahead, new royalty crowned in Robbinsdale.
But first, check out the action from the final night of the 37th annual Hamel Rodeo. John Jacobson is in next.
I'm John Jacobson with sports. While the area around the rodeo grounds has changed a lot in recent years, the 37th annual Hamel Rodeo again offered a familiar mix of bull riding, steer wrestling fun. Jay Wilcox has more from the final night of the rodeo for 2017.
A good crowd on hand for the Sunday night performance at Hamel. Tyler Burgess of Texas is first out of the gate in the bareback riding, and he's the best this night with an 83. That ties him for 4th overall. Juan Alcazar Jr. of Kissimmee, Florida tops the steer wrestlers on Sunday night at 7.7 seconds. Ben Kilberg is the overall winner. A Minnesota Cowboy takes the tie-down roping as Shakopee's Jody Green wins in a time of 8.7 seconds, best of the 5 performances at Hamel. Will Smith of Marshall, Missouri posts the top score in saddle bronc riding with an 80, but finishes just out of the money. It's the team of Lord and Lord, JB and Levi, capturing the team roping at 9.9 seconds. Kara Posh of Holdingford, Minnesota is the top barrel racer for Sunday night show at 16.07 seconds. That ties her for 4th overall. And Trevor Reist of Linden, Iowa scores an 80, best of the bull riders Sunday, but finishes just out of the money. The Storms hold off for a memorable ending to the 37th Hamel Rodeo. Jay Wilcox, CCX Sports.
The next year's rodeo is set for July 5th through the 8th. The 96-team Gopher Classic American Legion Baseball Tournament is into its 4th day Monday with the start of the playoffs. Pool play games are played Friday through Sunday with each team guaranteed 5 games. Westphal Armstrong, one of the local teams in the tourney. Mankato National gets 3 runs in the first, and that starts a seesaw battle in this game. As Armstrong's able to answer in the bottom of the first, Preston Reed with a ball to the fence, scoring Ben Strassman. Reed gets a triple. It's 3-3 after 1. Bottom of the third, Reed delivers another big hit to score Eric Goldman, and tying it up at 4. Same inning, Dawson D up, and his base hit will bring Reed around to score. And Westphal takes a 5-4 lead on Mankato National. 4th inning, Mankato's Peter Haley drives the high pitch to the gap, scoring Tom Yokel, and Nationals take a 6-5 lead. To the top of the 6th inning, it's tied at 6. Mankato's Rob Meidel comes through with a clutch 2-out hit, bringing home Haley and Ben Scott for an 8-6 lead. The Nationals add 4 more runs in the top of the 7th. They beat Armstrong 12-8. Armstrong finished 2-3 in pool play. Maple Grove was one of the host sites for the Gopher Classic, and they had high hopes of winning their pool. Maple Grove meeting Giant Valley out of players from high school Class 2A champion Minnehaha Academy. Jerry Gooley with a line drive up the middle in the bottom of the 1st inning to bring Josh Tyler home from 2nd. Maple Grove gets on the board first. It stays 1-0 until the 4th, when Giant Valley's John Goff bounces one past shortstop and into left field. Noah Daney scores to even the game up at 1-1 through 4. But Maple Grove erupts in the 5th. Bubba Horton times the slow breaking ball and drives it over the left field fence for a 2-run shot to make it 3-1 Grove. And watch this next play. The pitch way high and outside. Base runner Luke Hansen, who was on second base, sees no one's covering the plate, and he heads for home. Initially, he's called out on the play. The ball popped free on the tag. The base umpire correctly calls him safe, and it's 4-1 Maple Grove. Still in the 5th, Tyler's blooper leaves Giant Valley indecisive in center, and this one falls in. That scores 2 more as Maple Grove wins at 8-3. Grove finished 3-2 in pool play. The Green Bay Shockers went 5-0 to win the Maple Grove bracket. Wayzata was the only local team to win their bracket. Post 118 finished 5-0 in pool play. Monday morning, they met Fargo in the first round of the playoffs. Wayzata had a big first inning and rolled to an 8-0 victory over Post 2. Matthew Bolke pitched a 2-hitter for the win, and Wayzata beat Green Bay 3-0. Monday afternoon, we'll have more on that and Wayzata's next game, which will be Tuesday. That'll be coming up Tuesday at 4 here on CCX News. And that is it for sports. Alex and Mike, back to you.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, John. Up next, Robbinsdale's Whiz Bang Festival ends with a bang.
And meet Robbinsdale's newest royalty. We'll be right back.
It was kind of a warm afternoon for a parade in Robbinsdale, but a big crowd showed up, as they always do.
And that's right. During our live coverage on Sunday, about 60 people sent in selfies along the route for our Put Me on TV drawing. After every local parade this summer, we are picking 3 winners, and here are the winning selfies from Robbinsdale. They were chosen at random. Keep in mind, we will be contacting them, and they'll get a prize package worth more than $50. Our next stop is Maple Grove's Pierre Bottineau Parade. That's coming up on Thursday night. And they are not the only winners.
Oh, no way. Whiz Bang Days crowned some new royalty. The royal carriages looked a lot like Robbinsdale police cars as they carried the ambassador candidates to Hollingsworth Park on Sunday night. Then the big moment as a new Miss Robbinsdale was named. She is 19-year-old Becky Sheeler, who is a student at Hamlin University studying chemistry and education. Brittany Hunn was crowned as princess, and she attends Osseo High School and is involved in cheerleading. The ambassadors will make as many as 100 appearances all over the state in the next 12 months, and you can see how exciting that is. The 69th annual Whiz Bang celebration did end with a bang on Sunday night.
As we say goodbye, enjoy the fireworks as seen from across Crystal Lake and Robbinsdale. We'll see you back here Tuesday starting at 4 o'clock.